welcome back to Elevate Up Plus, Lessons from the Sherpa. I am your host, Steve C. I'm a leadership coach and trusted advisor. Today, we're going to talk about the acronym THINK, T.H.I.N.K. Before we go there, first, I want to announce an exciting, my most intensive, well-rounded program to date called the Elevate Up Second Mountain Project, which is launching shortly in January of 2025. So if you want to get your spot or hear more about it, please go to my website at Coach Steve C, that's STEVESEAY /events to learn more. Now back to thinking. I actually saw this acronym on my daughter's. We had open school night recently at our kids' school for my 10-year-old and 6-year-old and 3-year-old. My 10-year-old daughter, in the hallway, there was this acronym THINK, and it caught my attention because I go, wow, they had this at a kid's school, how much we need it also as adults. You think about this idea, I love this. This is basically what I would use in a coaching session. Is what I'm saying true when I speak to someone? Is what I'm saying helpful? Is what I'm saying inspiring? Is what I'm saying necessary? And is it kind? That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, we used to tell our kids what we sometimes do. If you can't say anything nice to your brother or sister, don't say anything at all. Right? Or as Benjamin Franklin once quoted, I will speak ill of no man and all the good I know of someone. What great advice, right? When you think about this, a couple things that I wanted to key in on this, that's being loving. When I'm showing up to something that is true, what's the opposite of that is being false statements, judgments, assumptions. When I'm speaking something that's true, when I'm helpful, I'm lifting someone up, I'm edifying another person. What I am inspiring, I'm helping somebody move forward, that truly inspiring breath into their lungs. When it's something that's necessary, something that is that going to be something along with helpful, is that going to be something that is needed, something that is actually going to contribute something to their tool bag? And is it kind? Is that something that really represents kindness, grace, generosity? And I use this idea of being loving. And here's three ways that I looked at how can I use more think in my everyday conversations. When I think about this also as a parent, as a coach, as a husband, but I think about pausing when I want to take time to think. And actually a really good book on this too by Richard Carlisle called Slowing Down to the Speed of Life. Excellent book that really highlights the case here. But this idea, am I coming from a high mood or a low mood before I interact with someone? Before I even open my mouth, before I have a conversation, maybe something that might be conflicting or a crisis, am I coming from a high mood state, meaning a higher level of consciousness? I'm more relaxed. I'm using my prefrontal cortex. Or am I coming from a low mood? I'm exhausted. I'm drained. I've had a busy day. I've been overworked. And how can I show up to something that is speaking in these terms from a low mood? It's the high mood state where I'm more likely to be able to enter in because I'm able to slow down. I'm able to tap into my inner wisdom. The second one is when I speak something that's true, helpful, inspiring, necessary, and kind, I'm also opening the door for I hold my power. That's powerful to come from that place. But yet when I give it away to being false, to slandering people, to putting people down, to putting myself up, then I am coming from a place of being powerless. I'm giving my power away. So that's a lower level thinking. I call it the reptile animal brain versus us as humans, right? We're the most powerful creature on the planet because we have the ability to think. We have the ability to speak life into other people. And the third one is relationship versus right. Do I want to be right and be on a lonely island? Or do I want to have a relationship and really be able to build and collaborate and bring together those in my life that I'm trying to have a conversation with? And that's what I'm looking at as a we, us, and our. Who am I bringing with me? And I love how this THINK acronym just hits it so perfectly. I'm glad that my kids have it on their school. I think about somebody in history, Abraham Lincoln. He also once, during the Civil War, he had written to his generals when they would lose a battle or things didn't go well. He would actually have these letters that never were sent out. He would actually write it out and he'd crumble it and throw it in the trash. Write it out again until it got to a place where it was true, helpful, inspiring, necessary, and kind. Otherwise, he would never send it. So that might be a good practice for you today is before I speak it, before I send that email, that text, go through this process. And also, am I coming from a high mood? Is it coming from holding my power? Is it coming from a higher level of consciousness? Is it coming from building relationship before I even send it out? And I'll close with this. Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life are both in the tongue. Right? The tongue can be used as a weapon to harm and destroy, or it can be used to build and heal. What kind of impact do you want to have with your words? Thank you for tuning in today. If you would like more help or support on how you can work through speaking something that from a place of truth, being helpful, inspiring, speaking from what's necessary and kind, I would love to connect with you. Please go to my website at coachstevec.com and connect with me from there. But until next time, thank you for coming in to learn from Lessons from the Sherpa. I can't wait to see you next time. Have an awesome day.
Hi, my name is Steve C., leadership coach and trusted advisor. Some call me the Sherpa. You know, most men and women lead lives of quiet desperation. They die with the music still in them. And that's why I created the Second Mountain Project. We know of the first mountain as self-actualization from Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's the second mountain that we're going to touch on. This has to do with our eulogy virtues. There's 3 pillars in this. One is energy. What kind of energy, capacity do you have to give to others at home and work? Second one is our work and our vocation. What's our calling? What do we give to that has more meaning beyond ourselves? And the third one is love. Our world needs more love today, doesn't it? And that's what we're going to spend our focus on, is how do we build up who we're being and becoming in the world today. You know, my coach, Stephen McGee, said the hardest mountain to climb is the mountain within. And there's 5 core buckets that we're going to dump into over the year together. The first one being our spiritual fitness. The second one being our physical fitness. The third one being our emotional fitness. The fourth, our mental fitness. And 5, our directional fitness. And all 5 buckets are necessary in order for us to be able to climb on the second mountain in a way where we have more capacity, more ability to step into that place. You know, I believe in the idea that we need to be the change that we wish to see in the world today. And as a result of being in this program 1 year together, is you have more fulfillment, more joy, more satisfaction, more buoyancy, and more ability to handle any circumstance that comes our way. So please join me as I look forward to having a conversation with you about how you can be part of the 2025 Elevate Up Tribe. Let's climb higher together. Happy trails.